let's get to it. At Florida State Manor, parlor room. Thank you, Henry. I'll just wait here. Henry? Hmm. Notsley, you've returned. Come, sit down. Yeah, you startled me. Again. Apologies. I was by the bookshelves in the corner doing some light reading. Here is something you may enjoy. It includes specimens you may find in my private garden. Notch's plant guide, Vatafort's reading material, includes information on poisonous plants in the garden. Thank you. It'll be good to know as much about the garden as possible. Lord Fettifort, have you spoken to anyone since our previous meeting? No? Why do you ask? It's about Norman Beaufort. He was found dead this afternoon. Oh, oh, no. I'm sorry. Lord Fettifort, did you happen to see anything from your window over the garden? Anything at all? No, I didn't. When it's raining, I like to listen to the sound of my chamber and do some reading by candlelight. I have reason to believe one of the staff was responsible. Did anyone have any animosity toward Mr. Beaufort? I don't know. What? I rarely speak to my staff, other than Henry. Do not know what goes on outside of these walls. That is where I stand. With your permission, I would like to investigate the staff in more detail. Denied. What? But, but this is a murder. They summoned you here to investigate the Sunbearers. Do you have any evidence of any cult activity? Not explicitly. That is why a full investigation is needed. Do you have a suspect yet? Evidence suggests Foreman Stoker was either responsible or the accomplice. He is the only one with access to the mines. Was that in the mines? I believe he was attacked in the garden and then moved to the mines. Only Stoker had the key to the gate. Oh, there's another way to get into the mines from the garden. The secret passage. There is. Is it the staff usable for finding it? No. So please leave Foreman Stoker out of your investigation. I can't do that. He's a person of interest. I can't have the mining operation disrupted. That is why I must ask you to end your investigation. And you choose your estate over justice. I choose the well-being of those who work and live here. Norman wouldn't want to see this estate crumble either. Very well. Just know that I will be cooperating with the police fully. They will likely have questions for you. I am no stranger to peddling by the Rivulet police, and their priority is to keep the coal flowing. If you find evidence of Sunbearer infiltration, come to me, but leave my staff alone. That includes Foreman Stoker. Then tell me, where is this secret passage between the garden and the mines? Ask the staff to show you. If they're innocent, they'll comply. If they're guilty, they'll insist there's no passage. Interesting approach. Lord Fedivort, is the fireplace flue closed? The fireplace is not lit. What's the matter? I smell smoke, wood burning specifically, something in the kitchen. No, Fire! The house is on fire! No! Oh! The door! It's shut tight! Turn the lock and move. It's not locked, it's marked from the outside. What? What do we do? Top floor. 21 exit. It's impenetrable. This fire is too much to take by ourselves. Anyone, are you out there? We need to get out of here. Good ordinance. It's collapsed. We've put out what we can. Hold on, put in the steps now. Can't make it through now. This old heavy door is completely blocked. That metaphor is not in any condition now. What's your window? Out the window. Come with me, metaphor. Yeah. Come from that way. Come back, not slave. Another window. The drop on the same floor like previously. Where is encroaching for the western side of the house? Come, Lord Fedivort. Out the east window. Nazi, wait, we are so violent. We don't have time to argue. Hold on to me. Go without me. Save yourself. I'm not leaving you behind. There's gonna be back of the house. There's an elevated cliff with the access road to the Capitol runs past the wall. I'm not you need to go out. We don't have much choice. Come, hold on to me. Detective! Detective! Can you hear me? Goodness. It's raining dragons. You alright, Lord Fedivort? Oh. Silverton, what are you doing here? I saw the smoke and came running. Is anyone inside? Oh, I lived alone. Esteemed Lord Fedivort himself. It's a pleasure. Oh, Silverton. I mean, why are you here? At the Fedivort estate. Technically, you're on government grounds outside of the estate. This road runs to the palace itself. Lord Fedivort, can you stand? I'm all right. Just let me rest for a moment. Oh! Silverton is not merely passing through. He would find out why he's really here. And he saw everything today. How long have you been in the area, Silverton? Oh, not too long. Why do you ask? I don't believe you. That I believe you were on the estate grounds rather recently. Yeah. Oh, what makes you say that? Earlier today, The mining foreman mentioned dragons visiting the grounds recently. Plural. Were you that other dragon? Astute as always. Yes. I had business with someone on the grounds yesterday. The old gatekeeper about you. That old gatekeeper has sensed disease. Can you tell me more of this business, Silverton? What do you mean? I wish I could say it to him. What does he know? Did you happen to see where the fire began? It seemed like it started somewhere outside the house. Fortunately, no. I saw the smoke from the opposite corner of the house, from where I was standing. Guess I'm stuck about the flames first. Fire may have begun on the inside of the house. The manor house does not have electrical lighting, a torch or candle lamp, or something else. Do you happen to notice anything unusual transpire in the garden next to the manor house at any time today? What makes you think I was watching the grounds? Due to the high damage point at a difficult to access location outside the walls, we're clearly watching for something. Very well. You are correct. I was indeed watching the grounds with this. A telescope, then you must have seen something. Fortunately, Detective, my focus was mainly on people coming and going through the main gate. I was positioned beside the house opposite the garden. I could not see anything happening on that side. Did you notice anybody suspicious entering the grounds? Someone passing through the gate without talking to the guard? I did not. You were the last person to enter the grounds this morning, Detective. Of that I am quite sure. Mr. Fettiford, 7. Are you two alright? Mr. Lestrade, we are safe. How did you reach us? Went out the gate, scrambled up the hill to get to the road. There's a way down. Mr. Fettiford. Sorry about your house. We used the pumps and tried to put it out as fast as we could. Like the entire top floor was engulfed, and I hesitated a moment longer. It could have been disastrous. The Sunbearers, they did this. What? Yes, but dragons at once. They tried to kill us, not sleep. Don't you see it now? This was an attack on our kind. I will get to the bottom of this. I promise. Lord Fettiford, the other place you can stay. It doesn't matter. Nowhere is safe. I will never be safe. Chuckles, would you stay with Lord Fettiford until my investigation is complete? He needs protection. Sure. Alright. What's this other bloke doing here, eh? I saw you at the factory last weekend. That's right. I'm an acquaintance of Detective Nazi. I can see what's trust in you. I'm gonna take Mr. Fettiford down to the Commons. I'll be down the hillside. We'll get you to the cabin to dry off. Thank you, Chip. Stay with him You don't let anyone be alone with me to figure out what's going on. What did he mean by sun members? He has a fascination with ancient gold that seems to eliminate all the Asgard dragons from the face of the planet. Goodness, he sounds skeptical. Something is going on here. Murder, and now this. I believe this fire was directed at me to disrupt my investigation. I've noticed you were wandering the grounds quite enthusiastically. Another case for the great detective. It's puzzling, and I can use your help. Very well, I'll help you. But in return, I'll be calling it a favor for my own investigation of Texas. I'll do what I can, of course. Now, did you see anything unusual happening on the grounds today? Anything at all? I didn't notice something. It was a few hours ago. There was a small hut or storage building next to the house. It sounds like a workshop. What of it? I was watching people move about the grounds with my glass. I am fairly certain I saw two individuals enter the workshop. Then, a short time later, only one person exited. To lock the door from the outside. I am still trying to account for the whereabouts of at least one member of the estate staff. Could you describe the two figures who entered? Anything distinguishing about them? No, unfortunately. They were too far away for detail. I do believe they were roughly the same height, however. It's observations. So it could claim two individuals entered the workshop at the end. Only one emerged. Very well. Let's start at the courtyard and see if any new clues can be uncovered. Nearly killed in a gruesome fire and not shaken at all. You are quite an impressive figure, Detective Knotsley. I still have a job to do. I should take a moment to tidy up my notes going forward. Outdated material removed. I've tidied up my notes for the investigation going forward. Okay. The Vort Estate grounds, courtyard. So you did make it out, and you brought another one. Mr. Nosk, you were inside during all that. Yes. Did any of you see anyone enter the manor behind me? Sorry, handsome. I wasn't here when the fire started. Henry was the only other person who went inside, and he came back out right away. Pretty sure that was it. You're pretty sure. Yeah, maybe Neve knows something. I wasn't really paying attention to the house till I heard Chuck shouting for help. What's the matter anyway? Fire was off the side of the house. Seems like it came out of nowhere. The upstairs door was barred from the outside. We were meant to perish in that fire. What? Are you sure about that? Maybe the door warped from the heat or something. The door was at least 3 strides length from where the smoke originated. I believe our exit was jammed deliberately. What? Why are you looking at me like that? You had it out for Nazis since you got here. What's that you were saying about Fetford Crook? Hey, I said that in confidence. Don't you dare put it out in the article. Mr. Stoker has an animosity toward dragons, does he? I could tell from his tone when he arrived. Yes, he has yet to act upon it thus far. At least I certainly hope so. It's all this. You two conspiring against me now. I didn't kill anybody. I didn't start that fire. Oh, this is getting juicy. Mind if I ask you a question about what happened inside, Miss Knox? There's not a lot to say, unfortunately. Fire spread quickly, and we escaped from the window onto the cliffs. I can make it work. People don't care about losing a historical structure. They'll love a daring tale of escape. You want to leave the scene close to where the fires perhaps started. You know, right after you went in, but that was a good 15 minutes before we saw the smoke. I'd like to question him, obviously, where's he been off the Federal when he came through. Not that he blocked the doors, so logical sense. Don't make rational sense, though. I mean, he never had an unkind word for anybody either. I would also like to question Miss Clementine. Is she nearby? I don't know where she went. Left at some point. I guess it was to go get her when the fire started. Yes, the fire casually fell to dust. You get a call from the front. I don't think I like your tone, stranger. Or the dragon who was asking questions yesterday. Never do mind, Stoker. Mr. Stoker, would you happen to know where's about a hidden passage through the brick walls surrounding this cave? What are you talking about? A way to access the mines of the garden through the passage. It's the joke, right? Look, when I get to the mines and step to the gate, I make sure nothing about any of your laborers who can't. And again, they probably don't want me finding out about it. Secret passage to a way for Beaufort's body to be moved from the garden to the mine. That gets the heat off me to go ahead and look around for it. I don't remember a gate or anything anymore. Probably combined assist. Don't go inside. The cop for that comment. Understood. It appears there's a burned portion of the rear. We'll start there. This was very old and mostly wood. Someone must have known that fire would consume. Fire began in the room above this spot. I see scorch marks where the chimney meets the second floor. Very peculiar. The fire began upstairs somehow. Yep, Bedford and I were the only people on the second floor at the time. Perhaps this wall sconce was overfilled and leaking. Seems to have survived the fire. That's not a sconce. That's a lantern. Must belong to one of the miners. What is it doing? Hey, that's my lantern. Your lantern, sir. Yeah. Lucky Stoker's milk. This lantern was found in the ashes of the inner house. Foreman Stoker, did this lantern have somehow caused the fire? That means it's an extra large fuel chamber. It's put on its side, some of the fuel construction. Though it's a source of fuel fire, and it could ignite something close by quite easily. The lantern went missing this morning. I am taking it for my investigation. It is potentially the murder weapon. Nobody died in the blaze just now, did they? This was Fritz murder. If we can find out who took this lantern, we'll find his killer as well as our arsonist. The glass is busted anyway. It's no good to me anymore. gardens or the commons. Okay. It's moving closer. Bedivore Estate grounds, commons. Just about everyone has gathered here. After what happened, I suppose that makes the most sense. Hmm. Sympathy for Lord Fedivore or something else. You, when did you arrive here? Just recently. I was responding to the fire. I take it everyone escaped with their lives, some lives more intact than others. May I ask you to report when the fire began? And did you notice anything unusual? I was searching for credits for Davy and Davy. I didn't even notice the smoke until I heard someone shouting. Did you locate them? Not yet. They've always had their hiding places while growing up on the estate, but it's not like them to disappear. Let's see. It was at the corner of Rocky Deer. When I noticed the smoke, I got scared. We ran away when we saw the fire start. It was just the instinct I guess. I had to tell someone. Fortunately, I ran into the hyena man along the way. Knuckles, right, and he alerted the others. This seems to be the only person here who took a refuge. And then you wrote a beer later, detective, for saving your life in the hall. I was at the gate, your house, yes. So you were facing away from the manor at the time. However, you did accompany me inside. Where the door to the parlor was barred when we attempted to escape. Strange what you said. It was, you were sure. Certainly felt that way. It is an old house. Something must have broken and fallen on the way, yes. I suppose I can't disprove that. Especially not knowing where exactly the fire originated from. This came down, Mr. Lester. Ruth might know about the rumors of a secret passage to the mines. Passage? Yes, something to allow access to the mines even when the gate is locked. Something I've seen myself, but it wouldn't surprise me if the boys found it and kept us. The boys, Davey and Katie, my brothers, had worked in the mines for a few years before I started. They're as close as can be. But all sorts of secrets between them about the things they found on the estate grounds. What about our other friend here? No, I don't know. Usually outside of the house. He doesn't do a lot of Dustin's his ass hard. Hello, Edgy. Raw. Yeah. Clean up on weekends. That is Nate seems to be here to be a break-in in the wall that our brothers can use. Short and look to the ground. Yes, we sure did. Both of us did, and now we're trying to figure out who started the fire and why and with what. The wall that our brothers could use. It was short and low to the ground. It's narrowed things down considerably. Perhaps I should have a look at the wall for myself, now that I know. I'd like to speak to more Fedivore privately for a moment. Hello, Soul 7. That's the investigation detective with Detective Silverton, so we're to help before long. Yeah, this guy is also a recurring character, and he was claimed to have been passing by and saw smoke and came by. Detective too. Yeah. What are the odds? Lord Fettiford, do you have any thoughts about working with next? My home was all I ever had, all I ever needed. I've never once confronted the idea that I might not be there for you. It is unfortunate, but it is time to face reality. Do you have someplace you can stay? There's a spare cabin on the grounds. It will do for the night. After that, I do not know. I will try to say this. Yep. Goodbye. None of that on my stream. No solicitation. No dangerous stuff like stream boo. None of that. Thank you, Reggie. It'll be alright, personally. Build your new house. I'll be there for thing every morning to help out. Such a nice young man. Unfortunately, after next week, there will not be much of the estate left. Yeah, really. I don't like people advertising on my streams, and especially not something as dangerous as that. I haven't looked at how dangerous it is because I don't want to risk my laptop to look into it. Right, deadline for the draft. Many of them late. Yeah, lots. I see. Right, the deadline for the draft. Many of the laborers here will likely qualify and be forced to serve their 2 years. Yeah, I see. Wow, they'll run lines, especially now that Norman's not around. 7, we can't let this happen. It is not my decision. They are desperate for soldiers now more than ever. Did you know they're recruiting as young as 13 now? 13? They can't do that. It is an unprecedented time. Too much for one man to endure. I wish I could do more, Lord Fettiford. But I'm old and helpless. There's nothing I can do for my estate. As you can see, I've already tried. A letter to Fettiford from the Rivulet Army Draft Division. Drafted at 6. This is the letter you mentioned from the government about excusing yourself. That from the draft. You kept it on you. I kept it hidden so none of the miners find it accidentally. Only Henry knows it exists. Because he handles your correspondence. So you haven't told the rest of your staff. They got a right to know. Chuckles, please. Keep it a secret for now. We don't need any more chaos among people living here. Yeah. Can't stand the sight of this letter anymore. Please dispose it for me, Mr. Ross. So, it's great to list. Chuck, Chuck helped out, and like he didn't directly He didn't directly save us, but he did help out in helping us escape. So I guess we owe him a beer. Fetterford Estate Grounds, Manor Garden. Mhm. No one's here. Mr. Lestrade must have finished repairing the wooden fence about around the private section. The barbed wire is still broken, though. He must find the necessary tools to put it. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Now Asher needs a shower. Already, detective stuff is dirty work. Ah, the garden. I didn't have a chance to enjoy it when I was here last. Did you say barbed wire? Yes. The plants closest to the rear wall are quite toxic. This is also the place where Mr. Beaufort was attacked. I see. This is where the groundskeeper was slain then. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the garden from my vantage point. I appreciate your help with us. Let us have a look around. Just be mindful of plants that could be dangerous. With fits the Beaufort was fixing when it was slain. Red paint, still slightly tacky to it. Painted recently red. Someone passed through the garden. The paint may have brushed against her. Hmm, that's a possibility. Paint would have still been wet around noon when the murder took place. The red fence, the wood fence in the garden was painted red. It's where Fetterford keeps a collection of toxic plant life in his brain. They're here behind the barbed wire. Goodness, let's heed the warnings and keep our distance. Unless you have someone to put your hands to. They would have wanted it to kind of that case was supposed that makes sense. Something our brothers could have potentially discovered. I will look closer to the ground. There's a break in the hedge line. Let's move this up. Ah, these bricks, they've come loose. An arrangement near the gravel. Several bricks. Help me move this. I see the mortar here appears to have worn down so long ago. Someone of short stature could fit through easily. What do you suppose this means? A hiding place, perhaps? It is a way to access the mines without having to use the main gate, without jumping from the access. How exciting! Let's go pay the mines and visit, shall we? I haven't had a chance to visit and see my son. My car could barely fit through this opening. That's how it came to receive the red scrapes on the side. Through passage, a few bricks were moved in the garden to allow access to the mines. This also streams into my theory that a laborer was involved. Someone who knew about this passage. Part of this walk often blocked by the family. Only a few options. And the commons. State grounds workshop. Yes, this is the building I mentioned before. Two figures entered, but only one came back out. Detective, what's wrong? I feel it. A death echo somewhere inside of here. What? Are you sure? Now that we're out of direct sunlight, my magic senses are heightened again, and I have no doubt it's coming from here, somewhere near this container. There's quite a bit of weight on the lid. Help me move it out of the way. No! No! I just, one of the workers. Do you know who this is? The blue handkerchief, and the fact he's been missing since noon today. This is Davy Cantle, a miner. I need to investigate. Take notes for me, will you? House male, early in the mid-20s, filter bath, blue neckerchief. I believe it's Davy, one of the laborers. There is something on the front of his mask, a red mark on the outside of the filter portion here. Is it blood? I cannot say just by looking. I'll need to investigate further. This mask is impossible to remove. The miners here make it look so easy. This is just a buckle from the back, no. Looks like rather secure. The buckle isn't moving. Was it glued in place? Perhaps we should cut through the straps. Don't damage it, detective. It's evidence. Leave it be for now. But it's working on it. Perspiration and coal dust. He was busy today. No scent of blood. He was not wounded, it appears. No other scents stand out to me, not even lantern fuel. Not an arsonist, and perhaps he stumbled upon the culprit's plan at the silence. But not yet so fancy on the speculation yet. Vincent Cohen looked to the fabric of his clothes. However, something was missing. It was raining during my investigation, which means he was out of the rain during that storm. That lines up nicely with my own predictions. He has not left this room for several hours. His body is still warm. He's not been distance for very long. Probably no longer than an hour. How long was he missing though? I saw the duo in a shop in the street 4 hours ago. It's strange, but I chuckled there after that point. But I did not sense a death echo. I surely would have known. I do. But came back here and died later without either of us knowing. No breathing, no pulse. Strange though. No signs of struggle. I believe he was placed here while unresponsive. But you said his death echo was close by. You believe he's still passed inside the room. Yes, something killed him gradually, without causing panic or any kind of struggle. I have no doubt. The death echo is sitting right here on the inside of the truck. It's so fresh. It's sensitive. Even through the solid surface. I've only seen something like this once before. Someone found him unresponsive even inside the box instead of going to hell. So I think so too. But with the discovered method, I will be using my rage. Here, I'm standing, feeling weak, no fatigue, finding the urge to fall asleep. This is exciting. Strange. He fell asleep quickly and never woke up. I'm fine, apologies if I'm frightened. Is he smothering somehow? Strangled perhaps? Or poison? I don't see it nearby with my magic. The culprit came back to hide the body was likely removed. But we should attempt to find out what kind of poison was used. you would have access to it. Yeesh. I believe we learned all we can for now. To summarize, our victim is Davy Cantal, a miner at the Fetaforta store. He was seen entering the shop with an unknown person. He presumably never left. Instead, he was poisoned by the second visitor and left for dead. Of the shop removed. The heights. Culprit tampered with the mask to keep the victim from moving it easily. The straps were being glued together. The culprit returned, moved David's body, and hit the police. The facts. The victim were already in the store removed from death. This was just before Chuck recognized the victim. He was not dead, but it was paralyzed, silent, and finally get down. And he's come to the police. The top lines up Davy's disappearance this afternoon. Strange to tell me. He didn't sense the police in offending the victim the first time. When it's a small amount, maybe to focus my magical sense. Relatively, I didn't do so. In addition, my sense can be blocked through solid surfaces. The container was enough to hide itself. Step to echo was recent enough for me to sense without even trying. And I had waited even an hour. Jones red spots in the rooms, masked finishers, friends, and glued together. One favor, please tell no one of this. Not until I have cornered a suspect. They can't know the body has been found. It's safe for me to pick up the truck and put the lights back so that the witnesses to discovery. Yes. Fetaforta could also likely sense his death echo if he came into the workshop. We need to hope that doesn't happen. Back to the goblins. Whoa. Let's see what sort of specimens. Blackberries, sweets, or actually it is bitter holly. You know, it says that if the hair doesn't tea, you would dry. Perhaps it's an acquired taste. Since it used to be a strong dry, they like sweet resistant for decoration. It's given to the Catholic town. Mr. Underwood has said it's left the blank in my character. Not exactly deadly. Calamus Tally and Mr. Underwood, those were the two protagonists in the last case. Calamus Downey was the victim, and some government worker turned out to be the murderer. Oh my God, never mind. Oh my God, I said too much. You've not played this game. I'm an idiot. Stupid. You're not said anything. Boys and playing pops and boots and then turning them off. What else do we have here? Okay. Um, no. This one works, I'm assuming. Let's see, light them more. The sound of this planet's is power. Let's relax and tight environments. Varying the bloodstream of considerable to cost sedation and can quickly all muscle and almost well. Alright, then. Alright, Angie. You want me to calm down? I'll calm down. I'll try not to reference stuff about the previous cases next time. Too much. I've never heard anything like this before. Good in medicine will use this granted. Its raw form it sounds quite dangerous, even breathing it in. That's the way it is. It's a way that causes widespread muscle like fish. Or specimens to expect. This was the bitter holly. This was the light and morning. Sunlight leaves. Long dark night. Putting the past. Okay, that's so close. Yes, that's right. This one is burning glass. The salts are covered in thousands of tiny poison films. They embed themselves in the skin and cause welts and lesions, playing full and slow to heal. Goodness, one of the bottom of the creation, part of me about up to the next specimen. Yeah, long dark beams, shiny black ribbons. Seen the bitter holly, low growing water, vine like growth. Push. Black. So it's either the balance. Ah, here it is. 6 is lethalitosis. Like a mouthful, man. Funny you should say that. This tongue-like fern is named for a notorious draconic orator that's disturbed as the spores cause uncontrollable gag. The stench is said to linger for hours afterwards. Touch it first, I dare. Better things see for the next several hours, unfortunately. Let's move on. Skated up. Dark. Which is ice. As blinding excrete supports in their closets and tombs and burning smoke tents, out tents. Yes, that's what the boats gathering not for is quite so. I might start. We didn't catalog off the plants, but this guy's actually idling and be quite fed up for. Now, somebody got access to the poisons before me today. One of them could have taken Mr. Cantal's life. Are you an expert of poisons? Being a detective, then the asthma dragon. That was the should finish here. Well, actually, if there were other poison so we have enough. Should have the I know it's that second one we found. I don't even like it. Lightermore is the only specimen that fits the fact. Davy was poisoned and succumbed slowly. He never even realized. The sort of ice, of course. And the staff is inhaled for long enough. You get into the blood and take its toll. Dangerous specimen. They've had for mind to destroy this with that stuff. It is uncommon for the reason they pursue. This weapon is broken. What's this place? Lord Bedford would not be pleased to tell you. It's like somebody might be more stopping this book. Yeah, the bottom characters. Let's get to your investigation notes. Options will be the Vorta State Grounds, Mines. Davey? Is it just you here? Yeah. Over what appears to be the body of Mr. Blanchard. Let's see if it has to be adopted him if you don't mind. You also take this secret passage as well. What are you doing here, Kate? Mr. Blanchard. Davey said I can cover my so much, when did Davey ask you to do this? I don't know. What to take this? What did you do today? Did you work with the buckets at all? Just not solid state. Then it went home. Anyway, never interested. It came down to solid state. And I went home. You know what your brother or sister does. They go. Yeah. I said, Davey, did you talk to me about home today? Davey, yeah. What did you talk about? He said, it's a secret. I was afraid that Davey wasn't asleep at all. He was wrapped up in something going on behind the scenes. Davey's carrying his brains. He's a squeeze quite a bit. He's had it from Davey. Yes, I can see that. If your brother or sister give it to you. Davey gets something. Did he say what to do with it? He said to hide it somewhere dark. Hide it, but not destroy it. May I see it? That's like I'm waiting for. Yeah. What is it? Maybe statement with their opinions. Davey, yeah. Signed by Davey and the woman's signature was absent. Is this a joke? But the original immigrants from the Free State of Maryland, authored by later Lester, David Cantown, and Norman Beaufort. It did. What? Where do you get this? Why do you have it? Easy now, 17. One detail. Norman Boo from his list on the document, but he did not sign it. Davey, when did Davey give this to me? Was it today? Yeah. After lunch, when Davey went home. Yeah. The immigrant cabin. What does this mean, detective? Davey gave his property to Kate to hide somewhere while he was allegedly sleeping in his cabin. But was David the original creator, or did he happen to find it in some walking from the street? The statement was what a bold move, matching this tiny country becoming fragmented. Why create this declaration and then rescind it? As he took Mr. Bedford's death, things listed at the bottom of the defense. Thanks. There's something else. This is Fediboard's personal stationery, but the contents are timed, just like this hook invitation. Fedibord writes his correspondence as he did my invitation. and not even have a typewriter in his study as I'm called. Thus, I can only assume Lord Fettifort is not responsible for this declaration. He may not even know of its existence. But dude, right under his nose. Goodness. It's safe to say this will continue. Yes, the two of you find out who's orchestrating this through the police. Someone with access to Lord Fettifort's. Oh, I think they know the next most influence. I'm not dead. Is Henry next, or is he involved? I'm gonna work backward a little bit. Alright. So I guess all that is left is hear what Asher has to say. You formed a hypothesis in such a short amount of time. Well, if you're certain you have a suspect in mind, I do indeed. Let us return to the courtyard. At a Fort Estate courtyard, late afternoon. Ooh, I feel a tough interrogation coming on soon. Ah, Foreman Stoker, man of the hour. The what? What do you want? Ah, do not be alarmed, madam. He is the one I want. Silverton, you plan to accuse Foreman Stoker? Accuse me of what exactly? It's quite simple. The murder of the groundskeeper, the fire of the manor, and the attempted murder of Lord Fettifort. What? My dear Rocky is innocent. I am also reluctant to agree. Foreman Stoker has been wholly cooperative in my investigation so far. Has he though? We've already established how much of this case is going on behind the scenes. They intend to demonstrate how Stoker is ultimately responsible for all the crimes that went unwitnessed today. You dragons are all the same. Predators, wild animals. You can't kill people anymore, so you terrorize innocent folk instead. You seem to be the one lashing out, my friend. Let me hear your case. If I can't refute it, then I'll leave the guilty part. Yeah. He's like this. He doesn't trust. I don't remember if he mentioned the exact reason that he doesn't trust dragons. supposition is a good one. And then some of the first month, the body next month is the month. Oh, here's no interrogation. Murder. Foreman has the authority and familiarity to move at will. State without drawing attention. Seeing a threat to his authority. The foreman slew Mr. Booker and was quick with the body. It was the only person with access to the body. Thus could take its time out the body without being spotted. Then he jumped to the typical police, blending in with the others until the time of Knox in the manner. That's what we could do. Well, very well. Allow me to pick through the useless platform. Let me steer the properly if you think you can. First, the murder. That will. Science of the mind is the formula. That was an actual year when you access the game thanks to the stream. Was quick. Didn't have free access. How I know that logic is for.
That's enough.
I agree with you on all points except for the movement of the body. I am confident the secret passage was used. There is a secret passage. He found it. We did a tight fit, but quite doable for any of the four of us. Where are you going with this, Mr. You weren't present. Body, when we found the body the first time, Silverton. That means you don't know Stoker was there with us. In fact, he unlocked the gates so we can enter the mines. Not exactly the behavior of someone with some, like, wanted to maintain his cover. No, hope you wouldn't notice spotting in the side place. The body was in plain sight. We all noticed it the instant. Sure, I believe someone was taking out the body. There were rocks and signs of it. Taken all the time. It was rushed. They could not complete the task, for they were forced to leave the mines there. You get access. One of the mines to keep midnight the body from us. So you have no reason to accuse. So let me to take. Why? I don't think Foreman Stoker is out of the woods yet. There's still the little matter of the fire that took the steakhouse. As we saw, Stoker's own lantern was found in the rubble. It was more than likely the source of the fire. The detective says this lantern was missing on the deck. Perhaps it was hidden. This was supposed blaming the murder on him. So wait for the husband to get him. Tossed the burning lantern into an adjoining room upstairs, allowing the fire to burst. Within the lantern's likely source, he believed it was used to deliberately light before it started to attack. Of course, it started on the garden side of the house, yes. No one was in the garden at the time. Could have thrown it there. The board of the downstairs was barred from the outside. The real estate was responsible for that. That's right. Saw Stoker's lantern. Something like going up to the upstairs window or concert. That would make a great deal of noise. That's cool. It is a large house. It's not going up by the upstairs. The hotel.
see.
I have something of interest. An old illustration of the manor house from many years ago. Note the second floor. It was a fine old house. What am I looking for exactly? Oh, yeah, that. The second floor had a balcony overlooking the garden originally. You'd see it here, yeah? I was boarded up years ago. Perso hates the sunlight, see? They left the glass door and surrounded the balcony with a wall. Notable protrusion on the back corner of the house. The perfect hiding spot to leave a flammable object. Perhaps. I do not see how that absolves Foreman Stoker. And over that, the lantern did not crash through the window. The entire upstairs is one large open part. That a voice shifts as sort of sharp as ever. Neither one of us heard anything out of the ordinary during my second listen. There's also the fact that I believe this lantern was used to bludgeon Mr. Beaufort a short while before the fire. We discovered a burlap sack stained with blood, and the smell of lantern fuel was prominent inside. Curious. Why would someone use such a makeshift method without one of a bit more research? The attack was planned. In fact, I have reason to believe it was done. No lantern was to be careful. That hiding from Foreman Stoker. Presumably, due to the step of the blades. Therefore, I must assert that Beaufort's killer and the instigator of the fire are one and the same person. Then what does that have to do with the boarded up section of the corner of the house? The lantern was placed here, specifically to ignite. Some amount of fuel could have been stashed inside the chamber ahead of time. Foreman Stoker, was there a way to access the interior of the wall? Sure is. There's a trapdoor on the back wall. Fixed. Yeah. To the outside. When we need a brow and reaching something spry enough. Get up to it. Leaving walk right up to it. The bottom half is boarded up so the balcony doors kept up for the accidental. What an unfortunate turn. This was a delayed attack against yourself. That fourth attack of not necessarily against me. It was fortunate timing that I happened to be inside the legitimate field. Let's see. The link between the six. So that everyone present was what I was supposed to do. Made it back. Do you agree? Foreman Stoker is not involved in this plot. Oh, no. I never said that. Multiple assassinations without being revealed. It is clear the conspirators must exist. Thus, there must be a mastermind on top. That is Foreman Stoker's true crime. He orchestrated it. His plan to eliminate Lord Fedifort and its allies. The concerted effort to clear the entire estate for himself. Death of Mr. Beaufort was ordered after gentlemen cooperated with Flanders. The final step was to eliminate the man of the team. Detective Nazis needed to collapse the damage. There is a conspiracy afoot, but I have my doubts as to Stoker's involvement. Offshore bills questions. The goal which Stoker suffers the
Here it is.
Silverton is quite correct. There is a conspiracy afoot. We obtained this document a short time ago. Have a look. Ah, yes, this Declaration of Independence. Clearly, Stoker fancies himself as leader. What? Independence? Did you both forget I'm a high-ranking member of the River Lake government? I love my country. So you say. Controlling the coal mine that feeds the capital directly would give you quite the bargaining chip. Just one problem with that, Silverton. Note the signers. Beaufort, Cantel, and Lester. Stoker's name is conspicuously absent. If he were part of the great plot to take over the estate, I'd want my name all over it. I mean, if I was gonna, like, say the other staff was gonna take over the manor, possibly. This would be quite an elaborate joke if not. After all, 2 of these 3 men have already signed it. They were gonna cut me out of the deal. So they were intending to create a new country out of the estate and surrender. Let me think do that. You aren't being crushed. Possibly. They took this declaration seriously. But to not involve Stoker or metaphor, it must be metaphor. I hadn't considered that. He's not listed. This was all done as a metaphor together. Fire. A revolution against the head of the estate. But 2 of the men listed in this document are now dead. Hang on. 2 of them. Since you know about the declaration, you should also know we found Davy Cantel unresponsive a short while ago. No! Davy too? Please don't sell. Nobody knows except us and the culprit. You believe Beaufort's murder, the arsonist, whoever poisoned Cantel could be all but the same person. possible. The burning of the estate was the main goal, and these other killings were not intended. The plan fell apart behind the scenes, and someone listed on this document was forced to cover their tracks, acting alone to carry out the assassination of Fettifort without being suspected, an act which has failed for now. Only one person mentioned in this document is still alive, and he doesn't know that we found his second victim. Henry, you think he did all this? No, no way. Not Henry. I don't buy that for a minute. Unfortunately, he must answer for this document at a minimum. And if he is responsible for the other crimes, well, we need more time to find some decisive evidence. I will also need to question Mr. Lester. Who are all these people coming our way? Mr. Lestrade, where's everyone going? Guess you didn't hear. Lord Fettifort is sending everyone home. Don't worry, Henry's gonna keep watch. No, not yet. We're so close. What's the matter? Everyone's real worn out after today. I can see why he'd want some time alone. Keep the gates locked and gather everyone here. Stoker, tell Henry that Davy wishes to see him in the courtyard. But, I get it. Thanks. Thanks for believing me. Just doing my job. What's going on? Did you figure something out, Seven? Possibly. But it will involve eliminating other possibilities first. There are still a few details that don't add up. My only accusation hinges on this declaration document. But was he actually involved in its creation somehow? And there is the fact that I have multiple character witnesses who say that Henry is not the scheming type. May I help, Detective? You may help by not making any more wild accusations. Oh, fine. Take all the fun away, then. See to it that the gate is not opened until I've exhausted my arguments or gotten a confession or two. You're going to interrogate Henry then. Not directly at first. I wish to see what sort of reactions I can draw out of him. See any mistakes he can make. The foundation of my argument revolves around the declaration. I'll need to work backward from there to discover who's involved. Henry, there you are. Are you responsible for directing these people off the grounds? Yes, it is time to go. Many things happened today. Many terrible things. Lord Fettifort needs his rest. Then I'll ask you to keep the gates closed for just a moment longer. I have an important announcement to make. He didn't mention anything about Davy wanting to speak to him. He must be waiting for me to reveal his fate. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. Not until I've unraveled exactly what's going on here. This will not do. No. Every second these people will do lasting harm to Lord Fettifort. Then I'd best work quickly. No. Fortunately, this case has many layers, and I will need to uncover them all. Haste Mr. Beaufort's accident and the house fire. This is a case. Do you know? That's right. And I intend to prove that every crime committed here today is connected. This conspiracy is afoot. This sounds like an incredible waste of time. I'm opening the gates now. Are you certain? Let me begin it at the beginning. Just one argument. You want to hear what I have to say, Lester? This will proceed again sometime. Let me paint you a picture. I think you'll agree. These are conspiracies. No, I'm confused. Yes, most people think schemes are secret by nature. Again, by the light on the witness. The scheme only bears fruit if as many as possible learn of it. Foolish Lord Fettifort's business, so that's the important thing. Lord Fettifort. Rather, this shows what was meant. This will probably get harder from here on out, and I'll probably lose rank. So,
Here it is.
aha! Yes, here we are. Miss Hookwell's invitation, summoning a member of the press with promises of a story. Oh, wait, only knocks down the composure. Okay. Not the rank itself. I do not understand. Did you not receive an invitation as well? But Lord Fettifort handwrote mine, whereas this one was typed and sent anonymously. I have reason to believe it was sent by someone other than Fettifort, despite being written on his personal stationery. And who would have access to his stationery to do as he pleased? That would be you, Mr. Lester. Do you think I would steal from my employer and send this letter to the street? As I said, to create a witness. Yes. But I see no evidence of crime. Now, excuse me. Wait, come back here. I'm not finished. Destroy everything's with this crowd. I won't allow him to proceed. He's been caught in a snare, and he knows it. Let's hear how he intends to go. No, who is this dragon? Investigation. Seems to have caught off guard. I should stop keep up the pressure. Alright. As I was saying, inviting a witness to report on the fruits of your conspiracy is something else important, as well as guests. So I am responsible for the care as much as yours, yes. That is what is important. Is it the... Pretend for a moment that I wasn't here then. We're taking the scaling wings and land. This hook was for a sense, but it's morbid. This man. Regardless of I asked the draft. At the beginning, there's certain tokens going on the minds would just be rather. There's a different reason this scheme had to be shit. Today.
Here it is.
Yes, that's right. This letter that Lord Fettifort received from the government. Surely you've seen it. It concerns the upcoming draft of soldiers. Specifically, that Fettifort's attempt to use his staff has failed. The drafting begins next week. 2 days from now, in fact, this weekend is their last chance to carry out their plans. Their one chance to sow seeds of chaos, to upturn order, to find a way to dodge the draft and save the operation. Where did you get that? In Fettifort and trust me. But do not worry. I am not here to enforce you. Rather, I am here to make sense of the events that transpired today and see that justice is served. You have to go now. Ready? Again, I assure you, I am not finished yet. No doubt, try to insert his own authority into the backgrounds. I best keep on my guard. This circle is time for your return. Are you able to Just see enemies, little minded. Alright, what's the word? Those little minded ones. Forget. too bad, Mr. Mystery. Now you're about to feel what it's like when the justice goes in. Pursuit. With the time and witness established, then looking at the specific actions on culprit, not please. We are all so tired and tired of your harassment of our staff and guests. That's true. My harassment, as you call it, is not unfounded. And if all went well, you might even agree. We're talking about contingency. Something that needed to be accounted for if a plan continues. Like I said, today, only one was intended from the start. That crime called another crime would he would attempt to arrest them more innocent until I stays. If the blame would have the opposite effect, sin for a crime committed itself. Sorry. Institute.
See here.
Yeah. There we go. This lantern was found in the ashes. We knew for the fact it belonged to Foreman Stoker. So it was likely the source of the fire. Davy? Davy? I think Davy's a he, but okay. And the virus successfully eliminated Fettifort. It would be tantalizing evidence for two Stokers involved in the fire. But I can see the resemblance. Ratchet and Clank. There's another game series. Well, there's so many games. Oh my God. Will I ever get to them all in my lifetime? Like, we'll we'll see. Stay tuned. The fire successfully eliminated Fettiford. It would be tantalizing evidence for Stoker's involvement in the fire. Gotcha. I feel like I played one, but I don't remember which one was it. Up Your Arsenal? I don't know. The later? No, I don't think that's right. I think it was one of the earlier ones. I forget. No, I don't think that was it. The lantern, yes, that's right. The foreman made a mistake and caused the fire. So he meant that the lantern likely caused the fire and yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the artist got to work very quickly on her. I think I remember that. You meant that the lantern likely caused the fire, and Foreman Stoker is to blame. You testified to that fact. Ah, art, art. Uh, really? Oh, oh, come on! The new one revealed, and just like that, the art sites are blowing up. The art accounts are blowing up, and oh man, I don't know if I'd stream this game if chat was any bigger because I'd be stopping to read everything. But let's continue. So you admit that the lantern likely caused a fire and Foreman Stoker is to blame. You testify to that fact. Yes. Yeah. I wish I could. I've been, I've been trying to get back into drawing, but it, there's a lot of non-starters and non-feeling like it. I don't. I just don't want to right now. Over and over and over again until I, between 2022 and 2023, I had the momentum, but they kind of fumbled that. But oh well. Maybe I can get it back somehow. Yes, exactly. That's the work, detective. Not so fast. There may be the cause of fire. Smoker was not responsible for the places. Smoker was also responsible for Bowman's growth. Like I said, I already believe that Stoker was not smart. Ergo, he is to stay. Lester, you still intend to blame Stoker? Are you ready to admit he was being framed? One culprit for two crimes. If I was to decide not burn up at the fight pit, was used to carry Beaufort's walking stick that was disposed of behind the workshop. The stick was nearly the same height as an average mouse. It would be difficult to conceal if left intact. No running away, I see. Perhaps you'd like to hear what else I figured out. Everything that happens up there, that stick must know. Yes, tell me. Why are you still here? So, it would be, we have unfinished business, you and I. Alright. Everything I've described so far is really set. It would have been a perfect crime, but things went wrong from the start. Someone is dead, the house is no more. And yet the culprit is still scrambling to salvage what they can for the remains of their scheme. Let's take a step back and figure out. I'm gonna ride it. This is a small operation. Private, like an invitation to that pen. Right there. But there was still a guest who turned out to be a disruption. This will demonstrate who and why. Certain amount of staff would have seen something they recognize. Who was a guest here today? Guest. That's true. Okay. How they would have. It was her. God, I wish we used hit points on this part. That structure writing. There's a foreman. Trying to save the rank.
Here it is. Here it is. See here.
Yeah. Yeah. How would they affect them? None?
Well, actually,
The intruder is me. It explains the uncomfortable reception I received. I was invited by Lord Fettifort directly. You were not aware. Yet you must have seen this newspaper as well, Henry, the dark detective, here at your doorstep, unannounced. My meddling could prove the undoing of their entire scheme. Or what if Fettifort knew and had hired me to put a stop? It was a gamble the culprit had to take. Today was the only day they could act. They went ahead with their plan cautiously. Yes, Lord Fettifort surely saw you in the papers. I invited you here, but why? That is still between the two of us. Rest assured, I will expose any and all criminal schemes of my list. Okay, okay. Okay. Fine, sure. Switch. There's something that low front smoke. Already dinging me. Come on. Why is it so bad that I lose an entire rank?
Here it is. Here it is. See here.
Turn your 9.
Well, actually,
I didn't wait. I didn't waste so much trying to overthinking of it. I probably would have had it. I probably would still have an S.
Here it is.
No, and without from its present owner. Where did you find that? I'm not at liberty to divulge that, Mr. Lester rests for its personal stationery. It's something only you and you have. The blank pages, yes, you have the you signed it, Mr. Lester. Thus you have seen it before. Yes. Seen this up, that Jeffrey Dunbar. The door, the message. The rocket straps until the fit. That means the skinny fell apart. Bishops we got. And felines. Yeah. Take them out. Alright. Alright, that knocked off his composure. Alright. From me, when I know you're hiding something. Digimon. Ah, the Digimon. It's quite a good Digimon, yes. Across multiple series. Russell just finally attacking this book. What is the matter? You don't understand that. That makes it a little more complicated. What? I called over to the staff. This is not that's no. At the stage, some of these suspicions.
See here.
Okay, there we go. Silverton was stationed on the road overlooking the manor. He reported seeing two figures enter the workshop. Short time later, one figure to the next. What? This means nothing. The staff don't go for them. So if we go to the workshop, it says we won't find anything out of place. Yeah. Waste of time. Not wait for them. Not sure. I want her to investigate. But I believe I know who the two figures are. The house fire big. Yes. You heard that correctly. Two people were really on shot. I believe this either. What grades? Yeah, the culprit was a tip on Stephen to the with it. That the one is the accomplices, which are against the leader. They would have to be eliminated naturally. I think one of these accomplices was attacked at the workshop. There are no witnesses here. It's a baby that's got process for the education. It's real nice. Listen very carefully. I am giving you one chance to go. Still go out. There's nothing to admit. Still Ulrich. And you forced my hand into this. It's either one or the other.
Here it is.
Amy Cantel was missing for much of today. He told his sister he was asleep, but this was a lie. Truth, he was conspiring behind the scenes. When the scheme fell apart, he paid the ultimate price. How dare you? Is this true, Davy? I'm afraid so. I discovered his body in the workshop a short time ago. You can go see for yourself. Why did you keep this a secret? As I said, to give the culprit one final chance to confess. Mr. Lester, you were the last person to see Davy alive. No! At the workshop, yes, that must be. Fire. The stress was too much for him. Yes, must have been. Still fighting him, Ben. And God can't take me there. In your fortune. We're with you. Trust me. Well, that was the wrong answer. Before David killed first, the murder weapon. What was David's cause of death? How was this murder weapon used? Push out. Want to relax. I know.
That's enough.
Wait, well, that worked. That worked. It was gathered from a plant where the culprit poisoned the mass ahead of time and ensured the victim inside, and our killer returned a short time later to hide his body in a storage case. When was the mass force? Had been this morning while the red paint on the garden fence was still red marks on the filter cap on the poison mass. The painted fence together. This thing right after the pair were seen in a resort. The culprit must have been creating a contingency in case someone else knew their for your whereabouts after I was escorted to my this time. No, he still isn't giving up of anything he seems. There was a time when it's not yet. That was promised you. The action is unsatisfactory. It's not back down. One choice. Not too many. This back. Forced. Work of the minds was on done. Why did Davey need to put it? No. That's true. Before I make my accusation, I realized so I can look at yeah, that's what the files. Going to master. Very well. Everyone, I am ready to name the culprit in this case. Under the murder workshop. All the work of one person. Here we go. Something incisive. Also trying to kill him. Push to his. First of all, I don't need a direct accusation. What I need is for Mr. Lester to confess that he's doing something. It's the only one. Unless you're not convinced, then matter. I've changed my mind.
Explain this.
It's a true county alignment. What? Yes, I tell of this large cats is what last declaration I received it directly from him. He was intending to hide it. No. From his body attempted to cover it up while it was nauseous from the this description of whoever could be damaged. Then please stop. Stick with them 50 minutes. This trial won't commence until after that is done. No. But I said I would name the culprit, and I need to fetch him from the box. Unless that's what? Unless you look me in the eye and prove his innocence, Henry Lester. Welcome back to the land of the living, Davy. Davy, you're alive. Oh, when you said you were dead, I didn't know what to think, but you're alive. Yeah. All right, though. Wish you were there. All right. All right. You would have been the only casualty to minute already. I'm gonna have to call it here. Wait. Say it this time. All right, I'm gonna call it here. It's way past. I wanted to go until the investigation was over, but that took so long. So, who will ring? Oh, they're at the end of a Final Fantasy IV run. All right. Or a Final Fantasy IV randomizer. But I'll raid them. Take care. We'll pick it up tomorrow afternoon, maybe. Take care. All right.